This is classified beyond top secret. Project Blackwatch, established 6/9/62 by DARPA and the Department of the Army. Base of operations, Fort Detrick, Maryland. Mandate: research and development of biological weaponry for use against foreign powers. Following Operation Altruistic on 7/7/69, Blackwatch's mandate has changed. It is now detect, conceal, and prevent outbreaks of unknown viruses, both man-modified and natural, on American soil. Blackwatch operates in secret. Officially, they do not exist. Their task is thankless, but necessary in this age of modern warfare. You are now one of them.
We knew they were high up. Probably so high up that to see the office of the president, you had to look down.
And what did they have you working on?
Viruses. Odd viruses.
These viruses, would you classify them as biological weaponry?
It would be hard not to.
You'll hear a lot of crap about where the group started, Lieutenant, but I'll give you the lay of the land.
Sir.
Son, how do you fight a war?
Sir?
You engage the enemy. In our case, the virus. We couldn't just sit back and study it, we had to experience it. No one had seen anything like it in action before.
Hope, Idaho?
Hope, Idaho was just a sacrificial lamb, necessary cruelty. Without it, we could not save the world.
I understand, sir.
Of course you do. That's why you're one of us.
It's 1964, right? The Army built a town. They told people it's to test a self-sufficient base in case of a nuclear attack. They filled the town with a cross-section of ethnicities. Army families from all over. They told them it was progressive. They told them lots of things. And then something happened that was to test their faith.
So you place 100 families with just as many geographic backgrounds in one isolated locale for one reason. That's our cross-section. Maintained objectivity. It helps that the test subject does not know that he or she is taking part in a test. We told them we'd be introducing compounds into the town that simulated fallout, that we wanted to track it in the population. Harmless stuff.
This was the cover story?
One of them. It made it easy to take samples and run tests. No one asked questions. Everyone was happy to help. Well, they'd come in just as happy as you please. Hell, they'd roll up the damn sleeves for you.
What were you injecting them with? And when was this?
That was the summer of 1963. Damn it if I know what it was. All I know is I didn't want it injected into me.
Injecting it into chimps? This was Carnival 1, you understand. We got amazing results. Boosted intelligence, increased strength. We were all expecting something pretty dramatic in Hope right after we introduced Carnival 2. What happened?
Nothing.
Everyone except the research staff was exposed. The effects, which most thought would be severe, never appeared. No one could understand why, but the virus seemed to be inert in humans. Until the births. They were wrong, but it took 4 years for them to realize it. In your best recollection, what was the most important discovery in Carnival 2?
Between 1965 and 1968, 27 births occurred in Hope, Idaho. All tested positive for something like DX1118.
These children represented something not seen before. They were infected with the virus in the womb, but when they were born...
They were carrying something else.
All births post-1965 ended in the death of the child from unforeseen genetic defects. Before these deaths, each so-called Hope child exhibited something exceptional. The genetic disorders which claimed their lives were unique. It was almost like the virus was trying to achieve something and failing.
Hope, Idaho, Operation Carnival 2. Began 6/11/64, ended 7/7/69. 461 subjects infected with DX1118 variant A. 998 days of no reported infection. Outbreak occurred 8/8/68. Town recaptured 7/7/69. Operation altruistic. Examination of the infected individuals revealed a new strain of DX1118 not seen before. This is thought to be the source of the Hope outbreak.
We've never seen a pathogen with 99.9% mortality rates.
99.999. It's fast, too. By day 3, it had taken over 70% of the town. The remaining citizens were then forcibly infected. In the first month, half of the population died from the virus, but the illusion of an uninfected town remained intact. Sir, the Wiseman team is present and ready for the hunt.
Good. Send in the captain.
Sir, is it true he caught the last runner on his own?
Not caught. Killed.
Look, the last runner took 3 weeks to track down. It hit a podunk bird called Two Bluff, Arizona. No one noticed when the town dried up and blew away. They're clever. The worker bees, the walkers, they just do as they're told. The runners are different. They think.
What about this one?
Her? She's a runner, with nowhere to run.
Greene, Elizabeth A., had known associations with 6 of the 27 Hope children. It is unclear if this was the source of her exposure to the DX1118 variant. What is known is this. Greene's infection coincides within 2 days of the death of the last Hope child, Alan Michael K., DOD 8668, age 2 years, 2 months.
Subject, Greene, Elizabeth M., codename Mother. Recovered at Hope, Idaho, 7/7/69. Operation altruistic. Transferred to Fort Detrick on 8/1/69 for containment. Held at Detrick, Ward F for 9 years, 2 months. 10/1/78. Transferred to containment at Governor's Island Medical Station, New York. Moved to Gentech Midtown Facility 1189 for study in Project Blackwatch.
What do you think goes on in her head?
Nothing. Her brain was fried by the virus.
She seems...
Yeah.
It seems like she's waiting for something.
Give me a report on the physical state of codename Mother.
The subject has been incarcerated for 39 years without ill effect. Through this period, it has exhibited no degenerative effects. No joint decay, swelling, discomfort, or atrophy. Nothing. It is quite literally unaging. We have no idea how this is possible.
Codename Mother exhibits odd characteristics not consistent with DX1118 infection. Whether this represents a natural immunity or something more remains to be seen.
So, what does this mean to our research?
We all agree she represents the best chance we have to crack the virus's defenses.
It represents the most intriguing human carrier ever discovered to date. Its body produces hundreds of unique strains on a daily basis. Most are harmless, a few are deadly.
So what's it doing?
It's like it's evolving at a rapid pace. It's war dialing at a genetic level. It's becoming something else. What were we keeping from them? Everything.
Go on.
This source. It's the key to genetics, but it's also a machine, churning out the worst viruses ever seen. Things that, if they got out of the lab, could literally erase human civilization as we know it.
And how did that make you feel?
I wasn't paid to feel. You were in special projects? What were you working on?
We didn't know what we were working on. I mean, I pieced it together finally, but by then I was hooked. It was beautiful. It kept changing. It was the single most complicated viral structure I'd ever seen. All in all, I made good time. It only took me 3 years to make it more dangerous by a factor of 10. Morality was not my job. Modifying chimeric viruses was. I wasn't in field applications, I was in engineering.
The process is this. We remove a small amount of blood from the subject. Her blood is always teeming with variants of the virus. These samples are the key to our research. They could cure every ailment known to man.
Or incite them.
Once insinuated into the system, it affects the protein encoding regions of the promoter introns within each cell. In short, it enters, repurposes, and changes the cell. The new cell replicates with formerly dormant non-coding regions active, causing drastic biological changes. More often than not, these changes are too drastic. In 99.9% of the cases, the biology of the organism fails during this repurposing, causing massive organ failure and death. From first infection to death varies per target, but it's usually measured in days or hours.
I believe Greene is some sort of trigger. Imagine life on Earth as a single organism. The disease she releases could be something like a hormone in the body, causing change, shifting the organism.
In this case, shifting life on Earth?
Yes, changing it.
Into what?
Indeed. Into what?
What the hell else did they pull out of that place? I mean, she's bad enough. But what else is there?
No one talks about that. If you don't want to end up in a lime pit, I'd shut up. Right now.
Blackwatch is lying. Something besides Elizabeth Greene came out of Hope.
You recall her pelvic x-rays?
No.
Her hip bones indicated a pregnancy.
There's no record of pregnancy on her charts. Who would have the power to conceal that?
Altruistic recovered several interesting anomalies from Hope. We've only let you see some.
I want access to PARIAH.
I'm gonna forget you know what that is, Doctor. You don't have clearance. Always remember, you work for us. Escort the director out.
Sir, if you'll just follow me, Dr. McMullen.
I've stopped this damn thing before. Stopped it dead. Hope Idaho is just a sacrificial lamb. Necessary cruelty. Shoot anything that moves. No one comes in, nothing gets out.
Sir, the walkers have sealed themselves in the hospital. We have orders to liquidate the entire population.
The mother and child are now military assets. And I just made general officer.
Operation Altruistic began 7/5/69, elements of the 1st Biohazard Threat Unit, now called Blackwatch, out of Fort Detrick. The force encountered resistance from infected individuals on the outskirts of Hope, Idaho. After a prolonged skirmish, the town was shelled. It was then recaptured. 2 survivors. 1, Greene, Elizabeth A., aged 19 years. 2, male child, identity classified beyond top secret. Codename Mother and codename Pariah tested. Mother yielded 14 variants of the DX1118 virus. Pariah tested negative for all viral agents. Subjects were moved to separate secure facilities for extended study. They represent our last chance of learning anything from Project Carnival 2.
While Mother represents what we think is a simple carrier, something we've seen time and again, Pariah is unique.
Why is that exactly?
There are several intriguing anomalies. For one, the subject is male. Secondly, it exhibits no evidence of carrying any virus. However...
Yes?
However, we're not at all certain what it is.
Subject Pariah, removed to clean room at Vandenberg Air Force Base on 8/1/69 as main test subject in Project Crusade. Subject exhibits unusual biological activity, responsible for 5 deaths in 34 years of captivity. Unlike Mother, Pariah exhibits no physical symptoms of blacklight infection.
I'm not clear to speak to you about that.
What if the entire purpose of the Hope outbreak was to breed something new? There were 14 aborted attempts, the Hope Children. But only the final result, PARIAH, survived. What if this is the start of change on a massive scale?
So you're wondering what PARIAH is to Elizabeth Greene?
The more interesting question is this. What does PARIAH have in common with Alex Mercer? I have my theories. Mercer might be the artificial activation of non-coding regions, something achieved by genetic manipulation. PARIAH is a natural release of things buried in the genome. I have a feeling it might be extraordinarily bad if they ever met face to face.
I don't understand the significance.
PARIAH may be the only thing that can stop Mercer and Greene. They may not let me know what he is, but I can guess. If Greene was an imperfect release of non-coding regions of the genome, and Mercer was something more, what if PARIAH was a perfect realization of all the non-coding regions in the genome? It may be the final purpose of all life on Earth.
It's